Hey everybody, this is John. I just wanted to comment. A few people have asked me to discuss the press conference that happened on Friday where Nancy Pelosi was asked whether or not there was any constitutional authority for health insurance program. And her response was, are you serious? And then she asked a second time, are you serious? And then, to belittle the reporter even further, the press person for the speaker came out and said, you can put this on the record. That is not a serious question. For me, I'm running against Nancy Pelosi. None of this surprises me. Maybe that's not such a good thing. And I would hope that most of you would be absolutely infuriated by this. But this sort of episode just emphasizes the point that I've made on a number of occasions, that is, that the Constitution has been unilaterally disregarded by people who work in Washington, D.C., by federal employees, and one of the most powerful people in America, Nancy Pelosi, just emphasized that. These the loopholes, let me just cut to the chase. The loopholes for disregarding the Constitution are utterly and completely absurd. And if you don't think that they are, then let me ask you this. If the founders of this country who wrote the Constitution went to great pains to write a very specific, elegant, brilliant document, if they had wanted this country to be a free-for-all where there was no limit to government, why didn't they just write a document that said, it's a free-for-all, there's no limit to government, you can do whatever you want? They didn't do that. They had very clear concerns about the potential abuse of power by a federal government. That is clear. Read the document. It doesn't take long. It's only about 4 pages. It's pretty clear. And these sorts of things, like healthcare, buying auto companies, buying insurance companies, bailing out banks, cap and trade. I mean, none of this is in the province, under the province of the federal government. But there is one point I want to leave us with, and we have a very serious discussion to have in this country at some point. At least I hope we'll have it. And that is, we have a serious situation where the judiciary, which is paid by the federal government, makes decisions over how expansive federal power ought to be. I've got a lot of analogies, but just think of one yourself. Imagine you're going to arbitration with someone. You have a disagreement over a deal, and the person with whom you're having the disagreement over a deal says, okay, I'll choose the arbitration company to resolve our dispute. Would that create a problem for you? And if that would create a problem for you, if you understand the reasons why, then you have to understand why we have difficulty when we're dealing with the federal powers, why we have a conflict of interest with the judiciary. I mean, over time, you might have a bias to expand the powers of the people who pay your checks. So it's a discussion that we've got to have in this country. It's a problem. It's the reason why people like Nancy Pelosi can belittle people who ask, where's the constitutional authority for a particular piece of legislation? Anyway, that's it for today. Give that some thought. Got any comments, come back to the website, johndennis2010.com. And in the meantime, why don't you send Nancy Pelosi's office a note? They have these forms and these things you can do on the website. You can call her office and just let them know that you take the Constitution seriously. Thanks.